Hello everyone, this is Energy Crisis, the energy drink report. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Energy Crisis, the energy drink report. I am your host, Report of the Week, and today, on this Wednesday, I believe, Wednesday the 20th of April, 2016, we are here present and accounted for an energy drink review. I know some people may be wondering, especially here in the United States, considering that to many it's a national holiday, why I'm not reviewing, running an empty review. There just wasn't anything good to review today, so I decided to just try out the Energy Crisis and try out this drink, which I've had sitting around since the weekend in the refrigerator. No worries, though. I made my rounds to Taco Bell and a bit surprised at how empty it was. But I was just there for the tacos and nothing more. Ladies and gentlemen, today's review is for Rockstar Revolt, Killer Citrus energy drink. Rockstar, I always go out. I know I don't do too many reviews of Rockstar, but I'll go out time to time, peruse the stores, the gas stations, whatever it may be. Usually the gas stations have a lot of energy drinks. And I always see all these types of Rockstar drinks. I sometimes forget which ones I've tried and which ones I haven't. But this one especially caught my eye. Most likely due to the green can here. But it's Rockstar Revolt, and I don't believe I've reviewed this one. It says in Killer Citrus flavor. And yeah, I'm going to try to start cracking away at these Rockstar ones. I want to really find Monster Gronk and review that one. I desperately want to find it. All my efforts thus far have been unsuccessful. So, let's see here. Let's check the facts here. Nutrition facts. Serving size 8 full ounces, 2 servings per container, 130 calories. 32 grams of sugar, includes niacin, B6, B12, and pantothenic acid. Other ingredients include carbonated water, sugar, orange juice, concentrate, taurine, citric acid, sodium citrate, benzoic acid, caffeine, gum arabic, etc., etc. And each serving, taurine, 1,000 milligrams, caffeine, 120 milligrams. That's what's important. Let's see what else. Glucuronolactone, 50 milligrams, and inositol, 25 milligrams. Total caffeine from all sources, 240 milligrams per can. So 240 for this whole can, 120 per serving. Not recommended for children, pregnant, or nursing women, or to those sensitive to caffeine. Rockstar Revolt, Killer Citrus. Rockstar Revolt, interesting name. I guess Rockstar Revolution was already taken. You know, when you think of Revolt, you mostly think of, I mean, when you think of revolution, you think of the people, parading down the streets. It's a movement, all these flags, sometimes up in arms against whatever it may be. Revolt, rather, it's like you see, a crowd of like 5 guys in the street, with those bandanas or, a little ski mask or anonymous mask on, throwing rocks at the cops or something. That's what it says, that's what I think of when I hear Revolt. Though they are going with the military green, actually camo look for the, for the can design. So I guess they are going with more of like the military coup theme. Especially Killer Citrus. I guess it's supposed to be like a violent military takeover instead of just a regular revolt. But as I said, Rockstar Revolution must have been taken, and Rockstar Military Coup just doesn't have that zing to it. Very clear. You'd expect for such a green drink it would have some color to it, but it's actually just... It's, not clear. More of a... If anything, more of a translucent appearance to it. Definitely looks white. Looking through, I can just barely see through it, so it's definitely very translucent, like a foggy, window, you might say. Anyway, we're expecting a citrus taste, and citrus I can smell. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, let's drink. Rockstar Revolt, Killer Citrus, calling in. Very interesting. This drink is. We're going to take one more sip after this fresh pour, and then we'll go on to talk about it. Checking the time. My watch is set correctly. Rockstar Revolt, Killer Citrus. Well, does it taste like citrus, and is it just so good it's killer citrus? Or just plain old citrus? First and foremost, let's start it out as we always do. As soon as it hits the tongue, it's interesting. It looked like it was a very carbonated drink, and you do get that little wave of effervescence as soon as it, enters your mouth, but after that it kind of dies out, and it actually becomes more of just a flat drink. As soon as it's in your mouth, the carbonation just dies out upon entry, and it's just a flat drink. That does have its problems, and we'll get to that later on, but let's get to the taste, which everyone cares about. The drink is noticeably sweet. There's 32 grams of sugar. Good deal of it in this beverage. And that's definitely noticeable. You can for sure taste the sugar in it. As for the citrus flavor, and this is not too complex a drink. It's mostly sugar and a little bit of citrus. Okay. Now, in terms of citrus, there's a lot of citrus types of fruit out there. Most noticeably, your lemons, your limes, and your oranges. Which one does it taste like? Mostly this is a combination of mostly just lime, but very, very weak. And that should be taken note of. And this is where it kind of ties in with the flavor of the citrus to the quickly dying carbonation. In so much that you drink it, the carbonation just fades away immediately. And with some drinks, I like to have a good little balance. I don't like it to be overly carbonated, but I don't like it to be flat either. I like to have a good balance, and unfortunately this just dies out and is completely flat in your mouth immediately almost. Now as for the flavor of the citrus, it's just a very, very weak lime flavor. I mean, extremely weak. If you weren't paying attention for it, you might not even notice it. Just as a little flavor while it's in your mouth and just as a weak aftertaste. But if you weren't paying attention to it, you just wouldn't even really notice it to any significance. Otherwise, and this is where it comes in unfortunately, you drink it, it becomes flat, and you're mostly just drinking this flat sugar water. And that's it. With a little tiny hint of lime. It tastes okay, it's refreshing. Refreshing for sure. But I think they could have just added more, at least they could have pronounced the citrus more in this beverage and made it a bit of a stronger flavor and made it more evident that it was a citrus drink. With that being said, could use some improvement, could use some work. I think they have a very good idea here to have a nice citrus type drink, but I think if they were able to, say, increase the flavor of this citrus, make it more potent, make it more evident that it is a citrus flavored drink, they can say that it tastes like citrus all they want, but does it actually taste like what they say it tastes like? And we all know now at this point from many other reviews that that's not always the case. So if they were to just make it a little more potent, I think it would make this drink better by, tenfold. Still a decent drink, but I just think it could use a little work in that regard to just boost the flavors, maybe boost a little bit of the carbonation, but even should it have a higher, more evident citrus flavor, that definitely, it's not just sugar water anymore, it's citrus, just sweeter citrus lime drink. And, I think that'd do this beverage quite a lot of good. Now, nonetheless, not too much money was spent on this. I received this drink at a 7-Eleven, and, it wasn't too expensive, just average energy drink price. Around $2 for this beverage, $2 for a 16 fluid ounce can, which is pretty, I'd say pretty average at this point in time for energy drinks on the market. Some drinks nowadays are going for a little more than that. Some drinks are going for $2.50, $3. There's one place I know charges $6 for a Red Bull, but that's just, being greedy. Just like Sbarro charging $7 for a pizza slice. That was horrible. Worst one I've ever eaten. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, price is average. The drink is perhaps a little bit below average. They have a good base to work off of, but it could definitely use some improvement. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be giving this drink a 6.7 out of 10. That's a 6.7 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10 is average based on my scale. If you don't know the scale, watch my scale video. So 7.5 being average, again, this drink has the 6.7 out of 10. Simply put, because it tastes okay, price is okay, but it could use a little bit of work, thus making it a little bit below average. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for you. This is Energy Crisis, Energy Drink Report, and I'm your host, Report of the Week. Today we reviewed, we tried out, we talked about, and we discussed Rockstar Revolt. Killer citrus. Wasn't really that killer to me, but if maybe they add a little more citrus flavor to it, it can be killer. You know? Alright, well, that's all I got. Food reviews will be coming up. I believe Taco Bell is going to be releasing something in the very near future, so I know I'll be covering that one pretty soon. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you, and take care. By the way, the movie Downfall, I know it's from '04, but it's a very well done movie.